Hey guys, it's Amanda. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about time nutrition because I know that some of the people from our 80-Day Obsession Blessed and Obsessed group that are transitioning into these other programs really had great success with the time nutrition from 80-Day Obsession. And so I want to talk to you about how to transition into that with a different program that you're following. So, I keep going back and forth about what program I'll be starting. I haven't really decided. I was going to do Insanity P90X Hybrid, then I switched to Beast, but now I'm thinking of going back to Insanity. I feel like I need a little Shanti for my soul. So I have to figure it out by tomorrow. But here's the funny thing. I've been playing with nutrition plans all morning. I've been going through Beast. I've been going through Insanities and P90Xs. And here's the deal. When you're doing a hybrid, it's kind of difficult. So you have to figure out the goal of that program and then your own fitness goal. If you're building mass, if you want to lean out, if you want to shred. It is virtually impossible to both build muscle and lose fat at the same time. So what you'll see as you're doing any of these programs is sometimes your weight will go up a few pounds in a week because you've put on lean muscle, or perhaps it will stay the same because you've built lean muscle, and then after a week or a few days you'll have a whoosh effect of losing some of that fat loss that you've been working towards, because you're not going to do them simultaneously really. That's why a lot of the programs, I think I mentioned the other day, follow like a build, bulk, shred. Even 80-Day Obsession did. That's what you see in a traditional bodybuilding format like Body Beast. So let's get to the containers. Here's what you should do if you want to follow the 80-Day Obsession type of time nutrition with your new program. The first thing you're going to do is figure out the formula for the nutrition that the program you're doing calls for. So, for instance, Insanity had me take my calorie count and do the formula times 12 plus 500 or 600, whatever it is in your program. So if you need help finding that, ask your coach or message me or post it below this and I'll help you. So what I ended up at for Insanity is 2,400 calories a day. Then, having that goal, using the formula of the program I'm doing, I can go into the 80-Day Obsession meal plan, which I have this binder I made for that because I got serious with that program. And it gives you your target ranges in here. Now, if you haven't done time nutrition but you want to, if you have Beachbody on demand, you have access to this nutrition guide. So you can choose to follow it if you want. There's a couple things we're going to go over in this, so hang tight. But so 2,400 is what it says I need for Insanity. If I want to follow the 80-Day Obsession meal plan, I would go in here and see 2,400 puts me into Plan E. So I would then go to Plan E, and that is what I would follow for my nutrition. So, if I can find it, wherever I stuck it. I have them all printed out because I had them printed out so that I could help people work their way through. So, okay, here I have Plan E in 80-Day Obsession. So I use the calorie count formula from Insanity to figure out that I need 2,400 calories a day. And then instead of just using my FitnessPal and tracking macros and all of that, I'm going to come over to 80-Day Obsession. Plan E puts me in 2,400 bracket. So now I know this is the bracket I'm going to follow if I want to do the time nutrition containers, even if I'm doing different workouts. So here it tells me I get 7 green, 5 purple, 6 red, 5 yellow, 1, and 7 glorious teaspoons. So here's my container breakdown. Then it gives me my meal breakdown for how to eat throughout the day. So you'll see there's example whole feeding days and everything. Let me see, where's a good page to show you? Okay, so there's these meal planners in the 80-Day Obsession. So if you have Beachbody on demand, you have access to this. And it shows you exactly what you need for each meal plan. And I am going to, after this video, upload these nutrition planning guides. Hold that thought. Into the into the thing. Let me see where I'm at. I'm coming back, I swear. Hi. Okay. So I'll upload these forms into the files of the group. So if you want to do Time Nutrition, you'll all have access to them. I really liked using them. Here's the benefit of the Time Nutrition. It tells you what containers to eat before a workout or after a workout. It tells you, so you're emphasizing your carbs more before and after a workout, and you get that extra fruit after workout with your recover if you're doing it. It just kind of helps you break down where in the day you're going to be eating your food for optimal results, right? So I had these meal planners I uploaded for everyone. Now, in 80 Day Obsession, we have refeed days and all that kind of stuff. Unless you're doing a super heavy lifting program, you don't need a refeed day, but you can still do the Time Nutrition. So here's like an example of one of the planners. This is for D, which is what I was eating in an 80 Day Obsession. And if you can see up closer, it tells you here's your pre-workout meal and exactly what the containers are. Here's your post-workout meal and exactly what containers are. And then the other 3 meals, it says 1, 2, and 3, but you can have them anywhere in the day. But it groups the containers together so that you kind of have an idea of what's best for all day, and you have 5 meals. And then you know you're getting like most of the carbs. You can see in the after-workout meal some protein and carbs because your muscles need those. And you get the fruit and carbs before and protein, a balanced meal. So this is what I'm going to try to use Time Nutrition in my Insanity program. Insanity doesn't have containers. It was created before. Beast does have a container plan. They converted it, but no one's done that for Insanity yet. So that's something I'm going to toy with as I do this to try and see the Time Nutrition. So it was hard, but what most people found, Leslie said what scares her is the Time Nutrition. What most people in the group found is that they had so much more success because of that. It really, so here, let me explain what I did a lot before Time Nutrition. I would take, let's say I got 4 greens a day. I would have a tendency to have like 1 green serving with my dinner, like a steamed veggie or something with my chicken or salmon or whatever I had for dinner. And then for lunch, I would make this huge salad with cucumbers and peppers and spinach and all this stuff. And that's great, right? Except that then I had all my veggies in the middle of the day. And then my morning meals were really carb heavy. And my evening meals, protein and veggies, which I still like. But this way allows you to sustain your energy more throughout the day because you're spreading the macros out really evenly. Now, that's not to say, now with 80 Day Obsession, you have to stick to this breakdown exactly. That is not to say that for me, following Insanity, these are going to be the containers I use throughout the day either way. So if I want an I'm going to keep the pre and post workout exactly as written because that was perfect. But if I want to have an extra teaspoon here, then I will just take it off of there. Does that make sense? So you got to allow yourself some grace. If you're doing 80 day, you need to follow it completely. Almost everyone in our group loved it so much that when it ended, they kind of went off their rockers a little bit because they just didn't know what to do without it. And a lot of people found that I had that couldn't stick to the nutrition for 21 Day Fix or things like that stuck to this because it really helps you notice that you are eating in such balanced meals that you are hungry every 3 hours or so. And so you're spreading it out throughout the day really easily. We came up with really good combinations for red, yellow, green because that's repeated a lot. So we have lots of little combinations of meals we can use. I used to do, I got a red, yellow, green, and purple. So I would do eggs, quinoa, spinach, sauteed spinach, and a side of berries for my pre-workout meal almost every day. If I didn't do quinoa, then I did toast. But that was my pre-workout almost every day because before I work out, I'm home. So I could cook up 2 eggs really easy and have a nice hot meal. It's really easy to do. So I would have those foods that I cooked warm as opposed to like stuff that I eat at work that I might just be shoveling in my face because I don't have time to cook, right? or even sometimes microwave it. Last night I ate my 3-day refresh dinner meal was a serving of coconut steamed veggies, and I ate it cold in a room on a 1-to-1 staring at a patient that I got to sit and stare at for 12 straight hours. So if I hadn't packed my food, I wouldn't have eaten at all, because I literally am not allowed by law to unattend this patient for even a minute. The only times I left was when I could find someone to come in so I could run and pee and come right back, which was 3 times in the 12-hour shift. It was rough. So I have my cooler bag, I have my meals in it, and I take them all with me. And if I didn't have time to eat one or whatever, no harm, no foul. I'll come home, I'll eat it when I get home. But at least I had them ready. That way, if I'm totally starving, I have the food with me and I'm not tempted to eat other things. So the night before, my first night of the refresh happened to be, I just came back from vacation, I didn't know, happened to be one of my coworkers' birthdays, and they had buckets of fried chicken, an amazing like shredded cabbage salad that was good except for all the dressing and crap in it. Anyway, nothing I could have on the 3-day refresh. Oh, and a gigantic freaking like 1-foot tall cheesecake that looked phenomenal because I love thick New York style cheesecake. I didn't have any. Yay! It would have been easier if I was locked in that room that night instead of last night. But what I can say is I was really stressed over the time nutrition the first week, and then it kind of started falling into place. So that's what I'm going to do to try and play that into a different workout. Now, let's say you're doing 21-day fix. You still use the 21-day fix formula. Let's do that as an example. If you did, well, I don't have that with me. I've been reading through this one, Insanity, and this one is P90X, because I'm an old school, an OG coach, so I have all these in hard copy too, because I like it, even though I mostly use on demand. So, if you're doing 21-day fix, I think it says take your weight times 11. Then you get that number. You subtract 400, I think, for the workout, and then you add in you add 400 for the workout and subtract 750, and that gives you your goal number. So my goal number with 21-day fix, you can see in Insanity, my goal is 2,400 calories. Holy bejesus! But my goal in 21-day fix puts me in like the 1,500 to 1,700. So if I want to do time nutrition, we'll just review. I would come over here I would go into my Beachbody On Demand and look at the 80-day obsession plan and say 1,500 to 1,700 calories. Where does that make me fall? And I see that it says Plan B. So then I would print out Plan B sheets, which I will upload in the group files. If you're not doing 80-day obsession, it's just a guide, but it's a helpful way to break up your food so that you kind of learn to eat these more balanced meals, you know. Ultimately, your goal is to get all those containers in a day, no matter how you break them down, and you'll still make progress, but you're going to make better progress if you're breaking them up optimally, and that's what this can do. Plus, because you're feeding them these small little balanced meals, your metabolism is going, and you'll find, like, I literally would be at work and realize I was starving and look at the clock, and it had been like exactly 2.5 hours since I'd eaten. So I would say, okay, let me drink a bottle of water, make sure I get that down, and I'll make my food in the next half hour. That way I was eating every 3 hours. So anyway, I would take that. So Plan B, then I come in here, and here's Plan B, and it tells me, here's an example day's food, and it has them all broken up. Whoop. And then I know exactly what to do. So what's fun about using, now here's the good part. What's fun about using time nutrition with, or any of these plans you guys are doing, damn battery. If you're not doing 80-day obsession, you get to substitute just like you do with 21-day fix on any other meal plan. So if you want to have a cookie, it counts as a yellow. If you want to have a glass of wine, it counts as a yellow. So you have some flexibility here in what you're using to fill these containers. You don't have to be as regimented as you did with 80-day obsession. That was for that program. So Autumn is running a group now called Path to Progress with people who are doing Chisel. Then they're doing 21-day fix extreme. And then I can't remember, they're doing something else. And one of her programs. So figure that out. Anyway, they're doing that. And so what she did was she had everyone follow the Chisel formula, take those containers and come to the 80-day chart and use that to help them learn to break up their meals. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If you need help with it, ask me. And then let me see, there's a couple questions. Michelle says, where does coconut or almond milk go? You should have a food list printed out that tells you where coconut milk and almond milk go. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying, if you look on your food list, that stuff's in here. So, see, I printed the Beast calendar, but now I think I'm not doing Beast. Now I think I'm doing Insanity. I don't know. I have a day to decide. Can I do both? I don't think I have that much time in a day. So, on the food list, whoa, you can see unsweetened almond milk, unsweetened soy milk, coconut milk, rice milk, coconut water, all those things, Michelle, count as what they're labeled as here on the food list. So go to the group files and print out that 80-day obsession food list, and it should show you. It should also be on the 21-day fixed food list. But like unsweetened coconut milk or almond milk, it counts as a teaspoon for a whole 8 ounces for a cup. So if you make your shake with, let's say you have chocolate and banana and coconut milk, then or almond milk, you would count that as your purple for the half banana, your red for the Shakeology, and a teaspoon for the coconut milk. So if you do peanut butter, like I like chocolate peanut butter banana blended, then that's going to count you for a red, a purple, and 2 teaspoons. So obviously, with the 80-day obsession plan, I get 1 teaspoon broken into each meal. I would be using 2 for my shake, so I'd have to leave 1 off somewhere else. Make sense? So, no problem there. I would just not use coconut oil when I saute my spinach in the morning or something. So I hope that helps you. If you're interested in doing the time nutrition or giving that a try, I didn't get the results I wanted physically from 80-day obsession, but I also have a totally different lifestyle than a lot of people with really long days, and I was eating in the weight loss bracket. What's interesting is, in the maintenance bracket, is what Insanity puts me in for this. 2,400 calories was what she considered my maintenance. And I did enjoy that, which I did the first month with, and I lost 6 pounds, I think, the first month, doing the maintenance. So it's interesting that I'm going to go back to that nutrition plan and try and use that to help me spread my food correctly throughout the day. But I'm going to give myself some grace. And what's nice is, since we don't have refeed days and we don't have this, if I want one of those little fixed brownies, I'll count it as a yellow and mark it off my list. Okay, I hope that helps you, and I'll probably go over some of that again when I do something on treats later this week and substitutions, but I wanted to get that in here and let you guys know that that is an option for you if you wanted some additional help with the containers, okay? All right. I'll check back and see if you have any questions. I hope you guys are rocking it. I hope you at least know what plan you're trying to follow right now, and you're using something to track, whether it's the app, whether you're writing it on paper and pen. But just don't think that you're going to say, okay, I need like 4 reds and 4 greens, and do it in your head and then be successful. I promise you, unless you're some kind of super fly genius, figuring that out at the last second or trying to eat as you go is not as easy as it sounds. Especially not if you have my brain, mom brain. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Love ya. Bye. Bye.